First time this week. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to this service of Pilgrim Church. We're glad that all of you are here in the building. And we're all, oh my gosh. Hey, glad to have you with us today. Also, for those of you that are worshiping from home or visiting with us from home, this is a different kind of day today. We are having our annual congregational meeting as part of our worship experience. And I know that some people have asked about, they don't usually think of meetings happening in worship. But for us, everything we do is about how we live in the world to make the world a better place. And so all of our business, all that we do, all that we plan for is around that. So today we're going to be having the annual meeting. And for those of you at home, you get to experience what it's about to be a church like this in this time and place and what it takes to make it happen. So thank you all for being here for that. As we begin, I want to invite you to rise and greet one another, and then we'll begin with our opening hymn. Opening hymn.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So welcome everyone to our congregational meeting, I guess for 2026. So we are in 2026 now. How did we get here? I guess before we begin, I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order, and Pastor Paul, if you would do the invocation for us real quick.
God, open us to your presence, to your grace. Help us to feel your touch. Give us vision for the future. Help us to see the past in its context and to be ever about your goodwill in all that we are, all that we hope to be, and all that we do. And all God's people say.
Amen. Thanks for that. Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes from last year's meeting that are in the yellow packet you were given? Does everybody have a packet? Might need a packet. Do we have any in here? Okay, Jan's got. I think they're out on the table. She's getting one. All right. We have a motion to approve the. All right, Chaley seconds. All in favor? Aye. All right, the minutes are approved. All right, the quorum has been achieved. All right. Thank you all for being here today. I'm very, very grateful to have been given the opportunity to lead the council this year, and I'm grateful for everyone here. I'm grateful for all the work that you guys put in, the council members and the rest of the congregation, Pastor Paul, just everybody, John especially, Dodd, all the people that put all this work in to make these things happen and to keep us here. I am quite thankful for that, and I'm just glad that we are working to make a difference and to make things better around us with everything that we do, and it lifts me up to come here every Sunday. It's kind of my escape from from the rest of the week when the news just beats us down, and then you come here and you get lifted back up, and I am so grateful. So thank you all for that, and I think now with that I've got a letter here if anyone wants to read it, but I'm not going to just read it to y'all. You can read. So what's next? The budget stuff? Is that right? Or John?
All right. Fun with numbers. It was a little bit better this year, so. Yes. So this year I decided, since it's hard to find the title of the documents that I put in here, I thought I'd do large and bold. So the budget versus actual fiscal year 25, that's last year's budget and what we spent last year. Hopefully, like Colby said, everybody's had a chance to read through, and I don't have to go through line by line. I'll be glad to go through any individual line anybody wants to go through. But the highlights are, if you look at the very end down there, net income, minus 71,000. We had budgeted a loss of 80,000, and we ended up with a loss of 71,000. So, how did that happen? You know, what kind of messed us up a little bit was $19,000 worth of air conditioner in the back there. We did raise $5,300 towards that, so that's great. We also had, if you're looking up here, the income is the first section up here. So if you look, our loose donations were $4,300 more than we had budgeted. Our pledges were $6,900 more than budgeted because some people were very generous and continued giving over and above what they had already pledged. And then interest income was nice to us this year with another $6,280 in interest income as well. So I'm always hesitant to budget too much in interest and then have it bust our bubble or something. So any questions on anything as far as 2025's finances? So we went through just about every air conditioner in the building in the last 3 years. The only one that's left that doesn't work is the kitchen. It only does the kitchen. Everybody seems perfectly fine with not touching it. So we're okay with that. We did spend $2,200 on roof repairs. And like Paul said earlier, today's a great test of that. It's not raining in the building anywhere, so JMR Roofing did a great job. So, and he did give a 5-year warranty on the work that he did. Of course, the company that installed the roof went out of business within months of installing the roof, so we can't go back on them for anything. There probably will be more roof stuff in the future, but his cost of $2,200, he said it doesn't matter if I find 3 or 4 spots or 10 spots. He said it's all going to be the same price because it's the crew and the equipment to get on the roof, the seam sealer and stuff like that. So I would imagine if we do have more roof issues in the future, unless it's something catastrophic, it probably wouldn't be more than about $2,500 at that point in time, hopefully. And we split that cost with Covenant. Okay, so if you flip to the next set of 2 pages, it says Budget Overview Fiscal Year 26. Not super exciting. I basically just used this year's numbers on stuff. And I mean, the same thing we do year after year. It's just kind of, there's not anything big that got changed or increased or decreased. So, balance sheet makes up the next 2 pages. A lot of the stuff in there is just little stuff like deposits for utilities and things like that. But we do have our Merrill Lynch account with $44,000. The Regions Bank account at that time had $22,000 in it, and our Cornerstone Demand Fund $300,000. So bank account wise, we've still got about $367,000. So if you look at our budget amount, I keep saying this every year, another 4 or 5 years, we're good to go. I don't know how it keeps happening every year, but I'm happy that Groundhog Day happens every time I say that, so.
Loaves and fish.
Yes, loaves and fishes, thank you.
John,
Good sermon, yes.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Oh.
But the interest income,
Yes.
which account are we getting?
That is coming from Merrill Lynch and from the Cornerstone Fund. Yeah. All right, and then the last page I put in here, if you flip over one more, is balances due to Pilgrim from Covenant. So I know this is kind of a sore spot for a lot of people. So Covenant's outstanding monthly invoices, so when Covenant first moved in, the agreement was, since they have more members and they do more throughout the week, they'd pay 2/3 of the utilities, and every year we kind of evaluate, our attendance numbers versus theirs. They're still paying 2/3 of utilities. So that's what that invoice amount for is every month, is for their 2/3 of utilities. If we have, house cleaning, things like that, so we got somebody that comes in once a week and does housekeeping and stuff. So all those type expenses, that we split those evenly, so. So they did catch up through January back in November, but they still have February of last year through December that is outstanding. The second section that says monthly facility usage donations, the $300 there, we did actually receive that. I knew it would happen. As soon as I printed this, it was gonna then give me a check for $600. So that's great. So there is a Covenant member who uses, and I'm not gonna say rents, because that's income, so uses one of the Sunday school rooms back in the back on the weekdays, and so they basically pay us $600 a month, or $200 a month. 100 of it goes to Covenant, 100 to us. But Covenant says, don't give us the 100, take it off our balances due. Some of you already know as well, Casanova, the new restaurant over here, has worked out an agreement for using our parking lot on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. They're paying $500 in parking lot usage donation as well. And so they write us a check or give us cash, as they gangsterly did this month. But they give us $500, and that goes to Pilgrim, and $250 of that, rather than giving it to Covenant, they said, take that off of our past due balances as well. So,
That's 500 per month.
yes. So on Covenant's normal monthly invoice, this bottom section down here that says outstanding balances on items that Covenant's paying $100 a month on, because they didn't have money to pay for air conditioner or half of it and all that when it happened. So we just said, hey, we'll just add it to your monthly invoice at $100 a month. So what we're doing is we're getting their $100 a month when they pay these. We're getting their $100 a month, plus we're getting their $250 from Casanova, plus their $100 from the room usage back there. So now they're up to paying $450 a month. So that'll help get some of this balance paid off a lot quicker. So, but I know people have kind of get their feathers ruffled when it's like, well, they owe us all this money and they're not paying anything. So I just wanted to be and they asked for a copy of this as well last week, and I said, here you go, this is what our congregation's getting. So they're happy to have that. Hoping they'll get another payment to us soon, so.
Is there any source of revenue from Covenant other than the amount they're paying each month? Is there some pot they're waiting to hear about or anything like that?
Not that I'm aware of, so. I mean, they are having visitors come in, and they're hoping to, at one point, I mean, should say this since we're live, but I mean, JR a couple of times didn't even take a salary, so. So they have been struggling, and they're getting back to where they, you know, can at least sustain themselves, but, I mean, Paul has said this before, we're in this together with them, so I mean, if something happens to them and we were to force their hand and say, we gotta have all this money right now, we've pretty much shot them in the foot, and then, you know, that's not what we do, that's not who we are as Pilgrim.
And certainly that wasn't the tenor of my question. I was
Right, oh, exactly, yeah.
If there was,
Yeah,
some money from the sale of.
As far as I know, there's not any other, no, they're constantly doing some fundraisers and things like that, so I mean, whenever they get stuff, at one point we had was it Make-A-Wish Foundation box out here, that I was quite surprised, they paid us by the pound of what they picked up in donations, they've stopped doing that now, but Covenant arranged that as well, just like Covenant set up the thing with Casanova and the classrooms, so they're trying very hard to find ways to pay us more than $100 a month on top of the job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are working towards it.
And I mean, but, you know, most churches other than us don't have any surplus. It's, you know, what they have every month is what they have every month. And that's, you know, Covenant is a very normal church when it comes to that, unfortunately, so. So hopefully they have some big surprise that they don't know about coming yet.
We don't want any rich.
No, nothing,
you know,
nothing
rich
detrimental.
congregants to die suddenly.
Maybe one wins a lottery or something,
No,
so.
no, I have no problem with
Yeah.
what they.
Okay, so any other questions about finances? Yes.
I was just doing a little mental arithmetic, that's a pretty good interest percentage.
Yes.
What, 44,000 and the interest was about 6,000?
Yeah.
That's
That's
good.
not too bad.
Mhm.
And what, if you looked at each individual month, there's some losses in there. Some months we had a loss of $2,000 in interest income. So to still end up with a positive over 6,000 is quite impressive in this leadership. So. All right. Well, as always, if you ever have questions or, hey, I want to see what makes this up or whatever, just ask and I'll sit down and talk to you or pull up a computer or iPad or something and show you. Or Bob will too. He's like, don't ask me. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so with the edit of the removing the facility usage that they owed, does anyone move to accept the budget for 2026 as written?
So moved.
All right. One second. All in favor of approving the budget? The budget is passed.
Yeah. Don't change the word from pending to approved.
Was that easy in DC?
Yeah.
Yes. Pay attention, lawmakers. All right, Pastor Paul.
Well, as you received from the report that I had printed for you, you can see the things that I have been aware of that have gone on over the last year and the things that we're looking forward to. And I know that you may have some questions about any of those. Besides the facts and figures, besides what has been done and hasn't been done, I wanted to just express to you the last year, more than the last year now, but for the last few years, we have all been living through as a country and as a congregation what has been going on in our larger context. And so when I think about some of the things that are just listed in this report, it doesn't reflect at all the importance of why Pilgrim needs to be in our world. And I hope that you are acutely aware of why this is so important. Rather than simply what we do on any given Sunday or what kind of numbers come in or what kind of budget is set, for over 100 years, this congregation has been here as an example of what it means to be church. Are you hearing water? Is that what you're?
Yeah.
That's drains.
It's roof drains.
It's drains.
Excellent.
I could tell nobody was listening to a word I said, so now that I have you back. Personally, this is my 11th year with Pilgrim. And it seems like in some sense I've always been here. In some sense it's like it's just been an instant that this has gone by. And I guess that's just the craziness of time. But I want you to know, with all the things that we do as a congregation throughout each month and throughout this last year, the most important thing that I think underlies all this for me, and I hope for you as well, is the sense of community that we are. Sometimes we look around and we think we're too small to be impactful on anything. But I want you to know that you are impactful on a great deal. That together we continue to be a living example of what it means to be a congregation that challenges evil, that challenges when people are corrupting good things and making them bad, because this is happening on many layers of our culture right now. And we are one of many congregations, hopefully across this country, that are challenging the values that reflects and challenging the people who are abusing systems to profit for themselves and to perpetuate their own interests. So it may seem like, well, all we do is do Sunday morning together and we do a few things in the community. But I hope you continue to see the larger picture of this. I tell you in my report at some point, I can't remember where it is, that you continue to be my dream congregation. And I want you to know that I'm not trying to flatter you on that, even though I hope you are flattered. But I hope you also recognize just how important Pilgrim's existence is for me personally, for Bill and I in Birmingham, but also how what we do here makes a difference. And so I don't know if you have questions you want to ask about that or comments you want to ask or raise. I'm willing to listen to those and hear those and respond about that if there are things that you want to raise about where we've been and what our plans are for the future. Or is everybody happy? Oh, yes, thank you. I did want to, these are pictures from the rally this past week here in Birmingham in support of what's going on in Minneapolis. Most of you know that I have a connection to Minneapolis. I was there. That's my second longest past, or third longest now, there for 10 years. And so I care deeply about that community and some of the people there. And this was the people of Birmingham standing with Minneapolis in Homewood on Oxmoor Road this last week, raising our voices to be a part of challenging the abuse that is happening to that city by our government to our people. And so I was grateful to be there and grateful to see all the Birmingham folks that were out there for that. That's it. I'm sorry?
Those pictures along Oxmoor Road.
Oxmoor Road. Yes.
All right, thank you, Pastor Paul. John really enjoys speaking in front of the congregation, so I think he has, do you want to go over the?
Sure, yeah. Hi, it's me again. So the last page is just the music report, which I tried to stretch it out to 3 sentences. That's about all I could get out of it. So with Mark David retiring last year, that also put the Pilgrim Singers on I call it a hiatus. So I'm hoping that this year we can do some unison Pilgrim Singers music. And I'm sending an email to Mandy, but haven't heard back from her to see if she may be willing to do a parts, soprano, alto, tenor, bass parts piece with us as well at some point in time. So, and then the United Church Center update part, I think I actually covered all that with the budget. Yes, that's it. The only other thing down here at the very bottom, at this time, the side gates remain locked. I know Pilgrim's mission is we want this to be open for everyone that wants to come in at any point in time. Carol's brought this up even at a council meeting. Covenant, for security reasons, feels that it needs to be closed. We're still working on a compromise right now. Whenever someone's here, the small walk-through gate is unlocked, or this morning, the whole big back gate was unlocked, but nothing was broken or anything. It's just, we think maybe the landscapers forgot to close it back. So, thanks for pointing that out, though. So that is something we're still working on with Covenant, is trying to work out a better balance of keeping the back garden area open, which was our intention for, anyone, taking a lunch break that wants to come over, a homeless person that needs to come in. JR had a really neat experience this week, which, since we're not, you may go to his service, but spoiler alert. But he actually had a person that came in and asked for prayer, and it was one of our homeless people, Shane, that used to stay in the garden area back there. And then in talking to JR, he actually showed JR a picture. He said, I've got my life in order now. I'm married, have a child. He said, the only thing that I have from my grandmother is a vase. He said, if you go in the back garden and look above the fountain, there's a mural up there, and the lady's holding this vase. And so JR said after he left, he and Jennifer went back there and went, that's the exact same vase. That's interesting. So, moments like that are why we want it to be a welcoming place. And so hopefully we can get Covenant on board with keeping it open more. But we're still working on that. So you can let Carol know that that's not a dead issue.
We also have the combination to that lot on that.
Yeah.
Any of you that want it, we'll be glad to get it.
Yes. All right.
All right. Well, thank you again, John.
I'm done.
Uh,
Can I
yes.
just say something about, when Mark David left, it was, I know it was heartbreaking. We all wanted him to stay. But I just want you to know how much I depend on John and how
We all
wonderful it
depend on
is for
John.
him to do what he does. All of you know that whenever there's a need, John steps in and does it. And so I want to thank him for that. We are continuing to look for a permanent musician, or maybe a combination musician.
Aren't you glad you got up to speak?
See, it's not.
All right, from the bongo.
Could somebody go grab it?
But I think John has done a marvelous job.
He has, he has.
Well, I don't have options. So, it's just, if there's something that needs to be done, I just do it.
We're looking to clone this, so if anybody has a way to do that, please let me know.
Scary,
No.
Does anyone else have any other business they'd like to bring before the council?
Did you want me to say anything about social justice?
Yes.
Would you? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
not very much for a report. So I'll come up here since I'm the one who complains that unless you provide the mic, you can't hear.
Podium? May have the podium.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about social justice, except we're in favor of it. And, the positive things are the ongoing efforts with cooking for the men's shelter, for Firehouse, and for First Light. And those of us who are doing that really enjoy it, so it's not much of a burden. It's a little bit, but not much. And so, the things that we just talked about with the garden and the locks and the homeless and all that kind of stuff, I want us to keep being good to those people and trying to help them in whatever ways we can. But with our size and our staff and everything, there's just, we don't want to get over our heads, and it would be really easy to do. So, so far right now, my conclusion is the best thing we can do is be supportive of people that are good at it and already do it, like First Light and Firehouse. And we did, some of us go to a reception for In Toto, which is an arts program that does artistic things, not autistic, artistic things with Pathways and with Firehouse. It's music, art, spoken word, that kind of stuff. And I think that's really a wonderful thing. And the person that started it is really interested in trying to figure out more housing for people that are living on the street. So there are things like that, and I think so far that seems the best approach for us, is to support things that are already established and doing a good job. And we try to let each other know when there's a chance to do something like No Kings, so we can show up for those. If you have any ideas, we want to, yes, Bob?
I have one. Since we have connections with the Minnesota group, Minneapolis group, could we contact them and ask if there's anything we could do to support and help, showing solidarity with them?
I don't know that there's like one person up there, but I am in touch with several folks that are involved who, All God's Children, the church up there, as well as some of the local people. And so I'm constantly trying to find ways, like the Birmingham thing that happened here,
Yeah.
to connect our folks with that. So
Yeah.
I will be keeping an eye out for that. If there are others that have connections up there, please feel free to help.
The closest person in that vicinity that we know is Tess Varner, but she's actually in Fargo. Or
Yeah, she's in North
outside.
Dakota now.
It's,
She overshot.
yeah, it's on the way to where she is. All right, let us know if there's anything we can do. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Teresa, for that report. Is anyone else? Is there any other business you guys would like to bring before the council?
Oh, did you need to invite new council members?
Yes, let us, would anyone like to join the council? Going once.
See you after.
Yes, you may see me after. We'll discuss it afterwards if anyone would like to join, or if anyone would like to take a break, please see me afterwards. We'll discuss it. All right.
What about voting on,
What?
the congregation have to vote on you staying there, right?
Do they?
The council does that, right?
Mm.
Bob?
Well, the
There
council,
were no changes.
the council, yeah, as long as
If-
accepted
If
Kobe's.
terms are up, we
To
need to
continue.
vote, continue them, or,
Okay.
so I will move that the current members of the council be elected for another term.
Okay.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Okay, I guess with that being said, we can begin to draw this meeting to a close. Thank you again for being here. Thank you again for everything that you do as we move forward into 2026. Thank you for giving your gifts and sharing them and helping out in all the ways that you do, both here and out there in the world. And
Motion that we adjourn.
And thank you.
it has been moved that we adjourn. We have a second. All in favor of calling the 2025 congregational meeting to a close?
2025.
This says 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
And now we're gonna have our offering time. You didn't think you'd get out of here without that, right? The offering plate's over here, as if you have offerings that you'd like to bring up, please feel free to do that. And we're gonna ask, you're gonna play and then we'll pray. Okay. Let us pray. For all the gifts you have given, O God, to make our world a better place. For the gifts you have given each of us to be able to be a part of that process. We give you thanks. As we gather around this altar for this congregational meeting and for this moment of worship, open our hearts and our lives to your touch. Make us aware of the ways that you are moving in our world, that we can be a part of all that you are doing. We offer ourselves, our offerings, our lives, our congregation, and all God's people said. Amen. Our closing hymn is number 573, Lead On, O Eternal Sovereign. Let's rise as we are able as we sing. Mission. Thank you, Tyler.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Glad to see everybody here on this wet weather. And I'm glad it's wet weather and not ice and snow,
Yes.
like they first thought it was going to be. But we'd like to thank the people that have worshiped with us this morning and the worship leaders. There's a sign-up sheet on the table out front. We need people to please go by and sign up for that. There's different areas that you can worship in, would be helpful. Pilgrim Book Club meets Sundays at 9 a.m. We're reading The Tears of Things by Richard Rohr. It's a great book. We had a good discussion this morning. Pilgrim's Men's Breakfast meets every Wednesday at 7:30 a.m. at Dimitri's in Homewood. Pilgrim Covenant cook at First Light Friday, January 30th. Pilgrim Covenant cooks at Firehouse Friday, February the 13th. Pilgrim Council meeting on Sunday, February the 15th, following the service. Everyone's welcome. Covenant Church 45th anniversary dinner is February the 21st from 5 to 7. There'll be more details to follow on that. Interfaith Youth Tour, Sunday, March the 8th from 3 to 6 here in the United Church Center. Fence Ministry and Little Library, drop-off items at the front desk. For the Fence Ministry and Little Library books you can put into the library as needed. United Church Center recycles paper, cardboard, aluminum, plastic, catalogs, magazines, and all are accepted, put in the bins in the kitchen. And men's, course starts back, first, practices tonight at 5:30.
We brought some refreshments, so, help yourself.
Paul?
Also, we're cooking at the shelter between 5:15 and 5:30 this Friday, so I think we've already got our menu.
For the first
lot.
lot, okay, thank you.
First lot shelter.
Yes, were there others? Couple of, you might have noticed some of the announcements were different than normal. I wanted to include the men's breakfast because it's one of the growing areas of our outreach, just so you know. We're now having,
We
8,
tried to keep it very selective, but, you know.
and also the interfaith tour. We are part of the interfaith community here in Birmingham, and each year they do a tour of different communities of faith with a group of teens, young preteens and teens, to expose them to various communities. And we're on the tour this year, so they'll be coming by that day, and we'll be, Covenant and Community and Pilgrim will be talking to them about how we do this joint thing that is odd and unusual here in Birmingham, and also who the United Church of Christ is. So that's what's happening around there. Any other things before we leave? Well, may God's grace go with us as we enter a new year of being pilgrim together. And thank you for your presence here. Those of you at home, thank you for being a part of us today. I know this was a little odd, but you know, this is part of being church as well. We hope you'll come back next Sunday as well. Let us go now from this place.
And please rise as you're able and join in singing or dancing every time I feel the spirit.